Hello, everybody. We are back with some more black and white games. Really busy weekend for me in real life. Saturday, I had more family come out, and I was home already with part of my family, so it just was a bit too much to record games, especially live. So I'm bringing you guys these games in the aftermath of not only the weekend, but also all that went down over the weekend, such as playoff implications, obviously heavy playoff implications of week nine. Three games that we're going to get to, and so much more. So I'll be getting you guys these hopefully up all tonight. We'll see. Might get cut up on when I come back. We'll wait and see. But yeah, this is the first and perhaps the heaviest playoff implication match of the remaining three black white games. As I've already brought you guys the Caetano game against ZF. ZF emerged victorious, and also brought you guys my game already, where I was able to defeat Evito. So this skips to the weekend. We are on Saturday, March 7th, and we have Posho of the Raiders against Raiza of the Classiest. Both these guys have been struggling thus far. Raiza is at a very unfortunate 1-7. He could easily be 3-5, or even 4-4. One may argue. He has made some mistakes, but he's also made a lot of strong plays. Some people have been critical of his team choice being a bit too limited, but I personally think he's been doing a great job in that department. And again, I might be a bit biased as I tend to lean towards standardization myself, but I digress. Definitely a formidable opponent. And as for Posho, he has a storied history in Black White, of course, winning Smog on Tour a couple years back, and also doing well in tournaments such as Black White Cup, which I believe he won once, and even World Cup and SPL. He's had mixed results in Black White. But with that said, in the current day, he's sitting at I believe a 1-2 or 1-3 record in Black White. I think 1-2 going into this. So definitely seen better days. But who knows? Better days may very well come ahead. Um, as for this game in particular, it looks like we have two pretty solid sand teams. We see some interesting Pokemon right off the bat. Raiza has a Thunderous T and a Celebi. Two Pokemon we don't see a ton on sand. Thunderous T we see quite a bit on rain, admittedly, but not on sand so much. So that indicates right off the bat that it's a nasty plot plus baton pass variant of Celebi, setting up the Thunderous, setting up the Keldeo, and additionally setting up the Latios. It also has Excadrill to spin, trying to provide sand, and of course Celebi, as I mentioned, it's able to do the nasty plot pass thing, which kind of would be the focus of the team. So it's a really cool dynamic there for Raiza. He integrated that into his team. As for Pasho, he looks like he's not entirely prepared for this, unfortunately. He's a nice defensive core of Breloom, which presumes is a Poison Heal bulkier variant, and Slowbro with Regenerator. But however, he doesn't have a ton in terms of the checks to pivot it in, +2 Keldeo, or Thunderous T, depending on their coverage moves. He does have Latios to outrun and potentially kill both of them, which can be helpful. But you notice that Ryze has a Tyranitar, so as soon as that Latios is removed, those things really allowed to run amok without much hesitance. There's also an extra drill on Pasha's team, which I believe is going to be the Choice Scarf user in his team. And I'm not really fond of Choice Scarf drill on teams like this because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spike vulnerable Pokemon, and your main removal is losing to both spikers. You also have two Pokemon vulnerable to Toxic Spike, 3 if it's Technos new, but it's almost definitely not. So yeah, I don't like the long game with that drill, but thankfully he's not facing Spike, so he's dodged that bullet. He also has a Tyranitar and a Heatran. It's going to be probably Stealth Rock Tyranitar on this build in Sub or like Magma Tran, kind of offensive variant. It could be a Stealth Rock Tran and a bulkier like Vortex Tar potentially, or even Banded, but I feel like that's a bit less in meta for Pasho. And also, I think having Rock's Tar compression on his team is really nice when you have Scarf Drill. Just a little bit of a thought I put into it. But anyway, yeah, I'd say Ryza definitely has a matchup advantage here. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to pause for a second, just respond to a message on Discord, and we're going to get on into this game in a moment. Okay, let's get on into this game. So we're going to see Pasho is going to lead off with Tyranitar. Interestingly enough, not leading off with his Breloom. Not trying to get perfect over turn one, but that unfortunately is not going to work out for him, as we saw as he against Keldeo. So Ryze is going to predict the Slowbro to come in and check it and go right out to Celebi, which is going to nasty plot up. Yep, unsurprisingly, in T-Wave from the Slowbro. Not really going to do much if it does get fully paralyzed on the following turn. As the Baton Pass is just going to, it's going to go out slower. And that's going to allow Tyranitar to come in, as Pasho surprisingly goes Latios. So he's going to lose this right off the bat, as Draco only does 44 to Tar. Tar has +2 special attack, but it really doesn't matter. main focus here is the pursuit. And the second one, predicting Raiza to go for rocks. He's just going to go for that pursuit. So all of a sudden now Raiza's up. He got rid of Gladius, which was really a menace to things like the Thunderous and Keldeo. So now it looks really good for Raiza, I'd say. Nasty Plot here. Heatran's going to come in on the Paralyzed Celebi. I presume the Celebi just switches out hard, not risking Magnum Storm or full paralysis nonsense. Heatran's going to predict that, go for the substitute here. He's probably just going to go for an Earth Power. That he does, and it lands a critical hit, so it wouldn't have took good Tar. Looks as if the Tar is very specially defensive, and this trend may be the less offensive variant, which does make sense. He does have blue score covered well with the Slowbro, so it doesn't mind being a little more passive against that. Anyway, Alabloom's going to take out the Tar after the crit Earth Power. That's going to bring to a 5-5 game. Earth Power, Earthquake here in Sand from Sand Force Extra Drill. You'll do 44% to Slowbro, so it's going to force a pretty immediate slack off. And knowing that, and knowing that you're doing a little under 50%, and you can still take it if you get Scald Burn and threaten everything else. Raiza goes for the aggressive second Earthquake. He gets another slack off on the following turns. He goes to Celebi. Makes a lot of sense. I think he's just going to go for another Nasty Plot here. He's 240, so he may be slower than Subtrend, but it's definitely not an offensive trend given the damage output. So even a Magma Storm will only do like 60-65%, assuming it's the standard special defensive spread. He's going to go for that Baton Pass as the trainer reveals to be faster, but he doesn't go for an attack, goes for substitute. So that gives it a free attack against Keldeo. It also is Protect, which is a pretty nice set. I quite like Substitute plus Protect, Magma Storm, Earth Power, or Lava Plume. Lava Plume, Fish for Burns. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. It's really good against anything that's not like Gliscor or Reuniclus. And even if Reuniclus, like if you get Paralysis on Reuniclus, then it goes a long way as well. But anyway, unfortunately for the Posho side, we're going to see a kill here as nothing can really check this Keldeo at +2 with Latias being dead. So it's going to take out the Tran. And then we're going to see an Iron Head predict from Posho, which is smart. But the faster Scarf Latios is into 88% clock with 88% Surf. Now the Extra Drill all of a sudden is quite weakened as it takes out the Latios with Iron Head. So it's a 4-4 game. We're going to see an Earthquake here again. Same sequence, we're going to see 2 Earthquakes. But this time around, Posho is curiously going to go for a Thunder Wave. Perhaps trying to catch the Celebi on the switch, interestingly enough. Either way, we're going to see another Earthquake from this drill as Slowbro gets out of the way, hoping to be able to survive later on. However, Earthquake into Iron Head and Sand with Sand Force is going to be able to do the trick. We're going to see now Protect from the Extra Drill, scouting out the move, and the opposing Extra Drill from Posho is going to go for Iron Head. So he's going to need to flinch on through this. And with Sand Force, he does have a chance, as it's his 39. Here comes again. And a second flinch. Okay. I guess he'll probably just go for the double protect here. Just why not? But yeah, that's actually gives Posho a slight chance. Yeah, we get the double protect. Okay, but it's still going to come down to rolls, and it's also the flinch chance. So probably still slightly favorable for Posho to take this out. Yep, that he does indeed. So it's a very offensive extra from Raiza, and obviously offensive from Posho as a Scarf. We're going to see the Hidden Power Grass, predicting the Slowbro switch. Nicely done there. I assume it's grass. It could be electric, but I wouldn't bank on it. Regardless, the Keldeo is going to see the extra here. Extra is going to predict the switch, knowing that Earthquake could take it out. And Celebi is going to get 2 killed with the second hit critical hitting, as the first one did 46. So perhaps it was some physical defense investment on that Celebi. But anyway, there's not going to be an Iron Head sweep, though, as it would need 2 flinches against Keldeo, and it doesn't even get the first one. As Secret Sword takes it on out. Secret Sword, rather. And now there's only going to be a threat to combat both a Keldeo, it's a 44%, and a Thunderous, and there's no move for the Tar to take out the Keldeo from that range. And despite living with Chopple Barrier, it's going to get 2 killed. So in a 36-turn game, Raiza is going to emerge victorious against Posho. Posho had a nice little run of luck in there to really make it a bit of a scam for Raiza, but ultimately Raiza was able to hang on with his trusty Keldeo, getting rid of that Latios in the early game. Went a long way for Raiza, as it would have otherwise been able to consistently punish the Keldeo and Thunderous potentially. But instead, the Thunderous wasn't even needed, and the Keldeo was able to be a big piece of Raiza's victorious effort. So yeah, Raiza is going to advance to 2-7, and Posho is going to fall to, I believe, 1-6. So that's the game. I hope you all enjoyed. We still have the Solon game and another game with a new face to Black White Field. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that and enjoy. All right, this is Finch. Peace.